Oh, it's live.
Talo Falava, kia ora, and welcome everybody to another session of TeachMeetNZ. And this session is extra special because with us we've got Matt Eastman, who's joining us from Sydney and his crew, and from New Zealand we've got me and our lot. Before I talk a little bit about the session, I'm just going to ask different people just to say hello to you all. My name is Sonya van Schaijik, and I'm a teacher from Newmarket School in Auckland, New Zealand. Matt?
Hi everyone, I'm Matt Eastman. I'm here in Sydney. I teach history and I'm the e-learning coordinator at St Scholastica's College in Glebe, a lovely school next to the city.
Okay, Sylvia, if you could come up next, please.
Yep. Hi, I'm Sylvia. Sylvia Choi, and I teach at Phillip High School in Parramatta.
Sorry, could you just hold a minute?
Yep.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Sylvia, could you do that again, please?
Oh,
that was my fault. That was my fault.
So I'm Sylvia Choi, and I teach at Arthur Phillip High School in Parramatta, and I've been teaching science for about 3 years now.
Hey, welcome, Sylvia. And Manal?
Hello everyone, I'm Marnell van der Spy. I'm a teacher at Broadland School in New Zealand.
Thanks, Manal. And Julie? Really excited to have you with us.
Hi everyone, hi Sonya, Matt, and everyone. It's Julie Lindsay here. I'm based up in northern New South Wales, and I do global collaboration consulting and different things in different parts of the world.
Thank you, Julie. Barb?
Kia ora tātou. I'm a Learning with Digital Technologies facilitator in the Central North Island of New Zealand, and at the moment I'm sitting at the beach at the Coromandel because it's our long weekend.
We are jealous. We've seen all the sea views, Barb. I think you're just doing that deliberately. Kimberly.
Oh, kia ora everybody. My name's Kimberly Rivet, and I'm coming to you from Auckland in New Zealand, and yeah, I'm a Year 6 team leader at a very large urban school here in Auckland.
Thank you, Kimberly. And Emma?
Hi everyone, my name's Emma Watts and I'm a teacher at Remarkables Primary School in Queenstown.
Thanks, Emma. And Rolf?
Hello, my name's Rolf Colby and I'm from Sydney, and I'm a maths teacher and e-learning leader at Newington College, where I get to work with students and staff, which is good fun.
Fabulous. Thank you, Rolf. We've also got Leanne, and something's happened. She's dropped off again, but when she comes back in, I'll make sure you meet her. In addition, today we have Mary Robertson, who's on Twitter watching our broadcast. So those of you who know Mary Womble, please send her a message, and she'll be our broadcaster today. Thank you, Mary. Okay, straight into it. I'm just going to share my screen now. Can somebody give me a bit of feedback, because I'm not quite sure where I'm up to with it, what's happened? I've just had...
Nothing yet.
Okay, sorry, I'll try that again. Hey, lovely.
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, okay. I've lost Google, sorry. Now I'm getting a bit...
Would you like me to start my one, Sonia?
Yes, please, Matt. I've just got a little problem with me. I have to stop sharing. Okay.
Yeah, Rolf, I'll just jump in and explain that we're going to, all the speeches will go for about 3 minutes, and I'll do a little tinkle of piano, a little piano riff. I may be playing it myself, thanks to suggestions from the group. So that'll indicate that the speaker's time is kind of up, but they may go on for a little bit after that, and then we'll move on to the next person.
Thanks, Matt. So can you... I've just lost my my whole
Do you want me to try
Google.
and share mine?
Yes, please. That would be really good.
Sure. Let's see how we go.
And up first, I know Rolf is up first. Oh, perfect, Matt. Thank you.
How are we going? All right.
Yep.
So, did you want to talk about this slide first?
Yes, please. Could you can you put it into present mode, please?
Sure.
Thanks, Matt.
Can you see it all right?
Yes, perfect. Can you go back to slide number 1, please?
Absolutely. And by absolutely, I mean in a second. There we go.
Okay, I'm seeing slide number 2, but that's all right.
There we go. We're there. We're there.
Okay. No, I'm still seeing. Yeah, much better. Thank you. There's a bit of a delay with the screen, but that's fine. Welcome everybody to a really special session. We've got with TeachMeetNZ and TeachMeet Sydney joined together. With us, we have 8 amazing educators from around both New Zealand and from Sydney, Australia, who are joining us with their who will be sharing some of their special learning in class. And today, just before we begin, I'd like to, can you just go back to slide number 2, Matt? I want to put a call out to the Flat Connect teachers who are watching, the E-Fellows from around New Zealand, the EdChatNZ educators, the Newmarket School teachers who are joining us, anybody with Connected Educator from New Zealand and from Connected Educator around the world, anybody from TeachMeet Sydney, Aussie Ed, and the educators in general. Welcome. Great to have you with us. Matt?
Okay, so like I mentioned before, we'll have a tinkle at 3 minutes, and just another plug for TeachMeet Sydney as well. TeachMeet's a wonderful model of professional learning. Everyone who's speaking today has had a go at probably presenting at or probably hosting a TeachMeet as well. So if you ever need help, I'm sure there are plenty of New Zealanders and Australians ready to jump in and help you start up a TeachMeet in your area.
Okay. Can you hop to number 4, please, Matt? Okay,
Sure.
just to give you a little bit about TeachMeetNZ, it's an opportunity just for educators to come together and share what they've been learning. TeachMeet New Zealand is a chance for us to collaborate in an online way using digital tools. We use the wiki to do this. Number 3, please. Keep going, Matt. That's the hard part when I haven't got the thing. I might just, yeah. We've got Mary Womble, I've said before, who's joining us. She's our Twitter advertiser, so please follow her on Twitter and she'll be broadcasting for us. Next, please, Matt. Why do I do TeachMeetNZ? Basically, it's to help teachers learn more about using a variety of literacies, particularly with multimedia, and to so that they learn more about the tool that they'll be using, that they are using with their children at their schools as part of their own learning. Number 5, next one, Matt, please. Those of you who've joined us, I'm just having a bit of trouble with my end, so Matt's helping me here. Number 6, thanks, Matt. I might stop there and I'll just get straight into it. Rolf, I'll call you up now. If you can please share your screen and you are on your way. Okay.
Beautiful.
Rolf, you're up live now.
Okay.
The rest of us, if we could turn our cameras and microphones off, please.
G'day New Zealand from sunny Sydney. So let's kick it off. My name's Rolf Colby. I'm from Newington College in Sydney. I'm really excited today to talk about enabling student voice and how it is making a massive difference in many schools. I feel that schools that harness student voice are helping enable students to be super. Having student voice can enable a huge amount, including ownership of learning, better engagement, pride in work, and in turn deeper learning. Student voice in exploring the use of ICT is also particularly powerful as it usually means a move from what we think is useful through to ICT being authentic and relevant. So let's look at a couple of examples and ways to enable and harness student voice. Firstly, a great way of enabling student voice is by simply letting students be the drivers and demonstrators. I've chosen to highlight my daughter's school here, Banks Meadow Public School, as a particularly good school at doing this, where the students give demonstration of tools that that work for them. Tasks are also often set with a choice of what tool they want to use that'll enable the desired results. Students also proudly demonstrate their work to folks that visit the school, and it's really cool to see. Many schools have ICT clubs or similar as well, where students investigate and report on different possibilities. I see these groups working really well, and the students also have the opportunity to share and present, particularly in the form of running workshops or help sessions for students and staff. These clubs or groups are generally a lot of fun, and they can really make a big difference. Student-driven surveys can really help tailor the teaching and learning of a school. In our school, we had a particular success with a survey that collected feedback on how students perceived they were being taught, how they saw themselves as learners, what they would like to see happen in the classroom, and what tools they see as useful in enabling that. One enabling of student voice that I thought was certainly worth recommending was having student groups presenting at staff meetings and being actively involved in professional learning committees and the like. Having the opportunity to present, listen, and then contribute ideas with staff for really getting things going with learning. Student voices is super in the form of having student panels, presentations and interactions at conferences and teach meets and the like, and this again can give real authenticity and purpose to content. I use Nick Patsianis here as an awesome example of how powerful it can be having student voice in teach meets, both online and in real life. So in closing, I recommend incorporating student voice as much as possible and encourage you to do likewise. And if you have, I hope you have valued a few examples of how this can be enabled. Thank you.
Thanks, Rolf. Nicely done. How did he go for time, Matt?
Oh, you still got 10 seconds if you want, Rolf.
Well done, well done. Can we have everyone turn their cameras and microphones back on, or just your microphone? And has anyone got any comments for Rolf?
I just wanted to mention that it was just great to actually involve students. You know, their point of view, I guess, you know, it's very important that we do that, and it's good to see that the school has been doing so, like getting their survey feedback. Yeah, so.
Thanks, Sonya. Okay.
Can I just say, Rolf, I see you've got a very, your school has a very visual Twitter feed, and you've got lots of pictures of students up there, and that's great to see. So that's something that your school has embraced in a big way by the look of it. Yeah,
we've been really fortunate with that. I think, yeah, again, it gives that authenticity to things. So, and try and share as much as we can as well through our blogs and so on as well.
That's good.
Okay, moving on, we've got Sylvia, you're up next.
Yeah. Okay, so in a minute, just trying to get ready. Okay, so again, so hi, I basically teach again science, and I've been teaching for about 3 years. And today I just want to talk to you about what I've done this year about inquiry based. So just gonna go over there. Oops, just realised I need to share. Okay.
Yep, we can see it, Sylvia.
Yep, thank you. Whoops. I wanted to start from the beginning. This is...
That's fine.
Yeah. Sorry. Whee. Okay. Right, so I hope you can see this.
Yes,
so,
we can see your screen.
Excellent. So I'm here actually to talk about inquiry-based learning in science. Basically, you know, inquiry is a very important thing in science. It's about asking questions, and in science, scientists, they always ask questions, and then that leads to investigation and explanation. And this should sound familiar to all scientific investigations, but often in science classrooms, what we see is that students are not given the opportunity to form their own question and make an investigation based on that question. Instead, they're often provided with the question and then perform an investigation based on that question that's given by teacher, and then follow the procedures like a recipe. But this is not real science, and students are not getting the experience of being a real scientist. So what we're trying to do is that we want to involve students into more inquiry-based thinking and asking questions. So this is actually true in the sense of new National Australian Curriculum requires student inquiry to be included in the classrooms, but often that requirement is actually fulfilled by teachers, well, by students completing a one-off student research project during stage 4 and 5 science, which is not enough. So this year I created an activity called the Survival of the Fittest game to teach Darwin's theory of evolution, and what I wanted to do was I wanted students to experience Darwin's thought processes that led him to suggest evolution of species through natural selection. So to encourage students to start thinking and start questioning, we actually need students to be engaged first. So I presented students with a bag of balloons and a ball of string. And then students were asked to select the color of the balloon, how much they should, blow it up, and the length of the string. They didn't know what else that they were supposed to do, and they were being quizzical. They were like excited, wondering what's going on, and engaged. Then I brought them down to an open area where they were told to strap them up on their ankles, and then their aim was to pop each other's balloon without getting their balloon popped. If their balloon popped, then they're dead, they're out. Now students were having so much fun, which is rare, I guess, sometimes in science. And even the ones who were eliminated were having fun watching those, popping each other's balloons. But afterwards, we had discussions about what we could do to survive better if we play the game again. And that starts students to start thinking about factors that involve surviving, such as maybe a smaller balloon, maybe a short to string, and so on and so forth. And they're starting to understand, oh right, the species must actually adapt to whatever the environment is to survive better. And then students were then asked to be in groups to choose one possible factor affecting the survival, and then discuss and provide an experiment to show that. So basically that allows them to test the designed experiments. And allowing students to act on their inquiry. So I really want to encourage teachers to, science teachers particularly, to actually involve inquiry-based learning in their classrooms whenever they can, in particular with practical activities. And here are my links that you might want to see if you need any suggestions, and I'll be putting some of the information down on my sites. Thank you.
Fabulous, Sylvia. Really great, Sylvia, great work there.
Sorry, thank you.
Nicely paced, and you didn't let the phone throw you.
Sorry.
I heard it pinging behind. I thought, no, you just keep going. Well done. And I'm really interested, particularly in my school. We love science too, and so it's great to have a presenter talking about science as well. Anyone else? Matt, how did she do for time?
Perfect. Setting a high standard, guys. Well done.
Okay, anyone else?
It's just great to see the engagement of the kids with that. They're really into it, which is a great way of going about it. So great effort, Sylvia. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Okay, so Sylvia. Our next person we have up is Kimberly.
All right. Hi everyone again. I'm going to be talking about building self-managing students through authentic learning journeys, and I'll refer to them as ALJs while I'm talking, so don't get too confused if you hear the ALJ. All right, everybody, hopefully that's showing up. Sonya, can you see me yet?
I can see you.
Fantastic.
Nicely.
Okay, so authentic learning journeys, or ALJs. So one way to connect is to connect your class to other people. And I've worked on lots of projects or authentic learning journeys over the past 5 years, so I'd like to share some of these with you. The first one is here using Skype Classroom, where you connect with a class somewhere else in the world, and you use geocaching to find one another, but you can only use yes or no questions. There's also hundreds of online experts through Skype Classroom, and you can connect your classes with them. So my class at the moment are currently exploring their own passions through inquiry projects, and they've constructed a series of questions to ask the experts that they found on Skype, and these meetings can be pre-arranged and they can last 5 minutes or 50 minutes. The second idea is that you can connect with students around the world to join a classroom project. There's lots of ideas available through the educators who are part of this project, and your class can join someone else's project or come up with their own, and then they can build other schools and global students into their inquiry. Another type of ALJ is to connect with a cause, Our class were part of the Travelling Rhinos project a few years ago, but we also investigated the drinkable brook, and we've explored fresh water and how much we take this for granted in a first world country. Creating a mystery is another great idea for an ALJ. My class started last year by walking in on this crime scene. So they then had to investigate the scene and work out who'd been killed in the room or sleeping. They'd been traced around, so the story went. And this was really engaging for the boys, created a really cool class culture from day one, learning together, inquiring together. And we managed to get a scene of crime officer to come in, and he walked us through the crime scene, how it works, and take fingerprints. Another idea is to swap a class mascot. It's a wonderful way to find out about other classes globally or locally. Your class blog can then host the mascot as it travels around your class members' home, then beyond around your country, and as the year progresses you can send them off around the world. It's a really cool way to see how other students learn and live. Connecting through social media is another great way to collaborate. We connected to a class in America, and each of my kids had a buddy, like a pen pal, and this was a really cool way to learn how to act responsibly on social media sites, as well as how to ask and answer personal questions and build a friendship. Creating the ungoogleable question has become a real class favourite. It's the basis of a strong, gutsy inquiry, one that's really broad and it has no single answer. It leads to great ALJs where the students end up with deeper learning. Solving local issues is another way to help have an authentic learning journey. Trees for Survival is just one example of this, but there are lots of different ideas. Our school had a full year focus on raising enough money to give the Westpac Rescue Helicopter a new winch. The students in our school were immersed in the project, had a huge number of elements to it, and the authentic learning journeys simply mean that our students are really engaged, passionate, immersed, and learning together. And here's some of the links, just a few of what's available. And yeah, get out there and pursue some ALJs.
Fabulous, Kimberly. Great, and just timed nicely too. People, if you can come back and have a chat. Now, Kimberly and I first met how long ago, Kimberly? It's a few years back now, isn't it, on RSCon 3? When I was moderating for her, and I was so excited to find another lone nut up in space and up on the internet. Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much, Kimberly. By the way, I just had some really cool ideas. I just want to just grab them and just use them in my classroom. So I'll be doing that, just letting you know. I like the mystery-based thing. I love the ungoogleable questions. I mean, you know, that is what we need to do for students to actually start thinking. You know, instead of just Google answer it. So yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you.
Super, great, Kimberly. That's super. I really enjoyed your presentation. I look forward to going and having a look at your slides again as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Rolf.
And as a reminder from Rolf, if we can, on TeachMeetNZ, you can go and see all of the presenters' slides, and soon they will also have a video clip underneath with their slides, so it's all together on one page. And some even go on and write a reflection of this, so that they have a three-piece of creation that comes together: the reflection, the slides, and the video. Okay. Up next, we have Manal. Now, it's over to you now.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah.
Just sharing my screen. There you go. Kia ora, my name is Marnell. I'm a Year 1 Reading, Recovery and ICT lead teacher at Broadland School in New Zealand. This year I have also been on an incredible journey as one of the Core Education E-Fellows. When asked to base my presentation around a connected educator, it's made me wonder, what exactly does it mean to be a connected educator? We know that the world is changing at an incredible pace for our students, and if we want to prepare them for their future, it is important that we, as connected educators, also become the connected learners. After being very adamant that I would never join Twitter, I succumbed and joined the social network. At first, I was just a lurker, and soon started to see the value of being connected with other educators. It all really started to change for me when I came across a virtual chat called TeachMeet New Zealand, and on the 4th of May 2013 I followed the hashtag and tweeted some of the wisdom that was shared by the amazing presenters. I was asked to present at the next session. No pressure. I was into it before I even realised what exactly was happening to me. Now I am not looking back. I started utilising EduCamps, EduIgnite evenings, Twitter chats, the VLN, conferences, and Connected Rotorua to make connections with incredible educators. We give up our evenings and Saturdays to develop our shared vision and common goals. I can't imagine a more creative way to discuss the needs for future-focused learning with fellow professionals, where teachers and school leaders can work together locally as well as globally. We are able to connect, collaborate, and use shared knowledge to apply in our schools and classrooms. Some of the resources and tools I use to stay connected are displayed on the slide. I find them all to be valuable additions to my learning. Being a connected educator allows for opportunities to discover and use new information. I allow myself time for experimentation, innovation, questioning, mistakes, and constant reflection. As a teacher and learner committed to my students, I'm driven to make their learning rewarding and purposeful by focusing on them and their needs. As a connected educator and learner, I also wanted my students to explore this. Therefore, they connect with other classes through Kids at Chat New Zealand and Quad Blogging Aotearoa. My class has previously participated in the global classroom project called the Travelling Rhinos. Based on their involvement, we extended our learning with our class production the next term. My class has recently participated in a 10-sentence story with 9 other schools using Google Docs. One of the biggest challenges might be time. With so many options to be connected, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. Another huge challenge is to step out of your comfort zone and embrace change. What hampers us most in life is the picture in our heads of how it is supposed to be. Being a connected educator provides you with ongoing inspiration and support. So, I suggest you take the plunge and find your way. Remember, there is no prescribed right way. Thank you.
Manal, well done. Nicely paced. Matt, can you give us a time, please?
About 3 minutes and 23 seconds, which is fine.
Which is good. That's pretty good. Well done, Manal.
Thank you.
I
forgot to advance my slide.
That's fine. We'll fix it up when we do the recording part of it. Manal is also, it's been great to see your journey since those earlier days. And so I just love seeing this.
Thank you, Sonya.
You can definitely hear your passion, Manal. It's great. Get connected.
Yeah, thanks, Kimberly. Good.
All right, moving on. We've got Barb. You're up next. Now, Barb is coming in on. You okay? Cool. You need to share camera, Barb. Lovely.
Hopefully I've done that.
Yes.
There we go. Coming up now. Internet in the isolated area is not that fast. Kia ora tātou. I'm Barbara Reid. I'm a facilitator in the Learning with Digital Technologies project in New Zealand. I work in a variety of schools in the Central North Island region to implement effective use of digital technologies to support priority learners.
You're going to share your screen, Barb?
Am I not?
No, you're not shared yet. Not yet.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay, up on the, yeah, you've still got your big camera on, so up on the left, just the green
I
button.
I went share
And you need to
screen.
drop the, yep. Yeah, now it's coming through, now it's there. Now present mode.
Go back.
Okay, and again. Thanks, Barb.
Okay, so my project is quad blogging Aotearoa. The project involves connecting sets of 4 classes of a similar age across New Zealand, and classes take turns at presenting on each other's blogs. Okay, the idea came from Deputy Mitchell on Twitter. He started quad blogging globally. But New Zealand teachers were frustrated because when they were joining up to international quads, our holidays and time zones meant it was quite incompatible. In the Northern Hemisphere on holiday, our classes and students were waiting for comments. The beginning of the school year in the Northern Hemisphere is in the middle of our school year, so there were quite different things going on. So I created a group in the Virtual Learning Network, which is like our Facebook for teachers in New Zealand, our online environment where teachers can have discussions. And I use Google Forms to create. I use Google Slides to create a help desk for teachers, as well as sharing resources on how to write quality comments. Okay, so getting started was I needed to use my Twitter PLN, who helped me spread the word amongst their schools, as well as signing up themselves, hopefully, and as well as promoting it in the VLN, Facebook, and anywhere other online environments I can find. My Learning with Digital Technology facilitator colleagues were also very helpful. However, one of the biggest challenges was indeed spreading the word. I needed to increase our audience reach so classes knew it was available. And there was also a problem with teachers when they signed up that there could be a wee wait while we actually got 4 other classes of a similar age. And quite often they didn't stay committed. By the time their quad was ready, they had either changed schools or lost interest. The biggest impact for those schools that were blogging was about how to be inclusive in a blogging community in a universal design for learning way. I was asked to create groups for Te Reo classes and also for special needs students, and I'm constantly amazed at the variety of activities that some of the quads get up to. One group set up interviews with their buddies in their quads. They created quizzes about the schools, and one of the quizzes had over 600 responses in a week, which is pretty huge for a small country school. Quad blogging and making new digital connections is a perfect fit. For me, the reward comes from seeing the interactions, not just on the class blogs, but through emails, Twitter, Skype, and whatever other environments that classes managers to find themselves into. We now have over 90 classes participating, so that's over 2,000 children who are quad blogging and commenting on each other's work. Feedback from one of the participating teachers said that the students actually preferred the New Zealand quad because the students they were talking to were a similar age group and had common interests. Her kids absolutely loved the connection with New Zealand classes and have shown greater ownership on the quad even when she was away. Students of all ages are able to learn from each other and interact in online environments, which help to develop responsible digital citizens. Blogging provides a student audience. While some classes struggle to gain an audience for their students' writing, others who are in blogging communities are empowering their students to be confident, connected, actively involved, lifelong learners. So here's some links: Quad Blogging International, if you're interested in joining that, and Quad Blogging Aotearoa for our classes in New Zealand. Will start again midway through term 1, 2015.
Thank you, Barb. I know that it's been a big task to pull together quad blogging around New Zealand, but it has been working. And I know even on this hangout that we've got a couple of our teachers who have been part of a quad blog. I'm right in that, am I not?
Yes, definitely. I am part of it with my class. They absolutely love it. And quad blogging is one of the reasons why I actually did get onto Twitter, because I wanted to get involved in that when I saw it from Deputy Mitchell, and thank goodness for Barb, they started it for us in New Zealand. Thank you so much.
Yeah, fantastic, Barbara. Quad blogging is really effective, and the kids just love it. So very inspiring.
It's really good to see that you're teaching students, well, basically how to reflect, but also teaching students to give a substantive feedback to each other. So that's fantastic to see, and I would love to be part of it soon.
And for me, I've just been part with Julie's group, and that was one of the tasks that she set us, is to quad blog. And as an educator, that's the first time I've really been involved at that level.
Steve, I really enjoyed seeing it. Thanks heaps to that, Barb, as well. Blogging is such a great way of achieving so many learning outcomes, so it's great to see. And thanks for the links and ideas and quad blogging as well. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks, Ralph. Okay, Julie, you're up next.
Okay, hi everybody. This is Julie Lindsay, and I'm based in Northern New South Wales. And let me start my screen share here so we can see the slides. I think that's the one.
Yep, it's coming through.
Okay. Right, you should be able to see those now, yes?
Yes, so now present mode.
Okay, let's go. Hi everyone, so it's great to be here at the virtual TeachMeet New Zealand. I'd like to talk about ideas for teachers, schools and students to go beyond connectedness and providing learning and inspiration and purpose for global connections that also go further and promote deeper learning experiences. So that's me. I do consultancy work and I run Flat Connections global projects and teach at PD. I'm also doing my doctorate looking at global collaborative learning. So it's important, in fact, imperative that all learners connect with the world as part of the learning process, and this applies to all ages. For younger students, it will be teacher facilitated. For older students, there needs to be connected independence. But connecting with the world is the first step. There is a lot more to do beyond this. Beyond connected learning is collaborative learning that leads to co-creation. Making these essential connections via online networks and communities can lead to viable working opportunities where learners collaborate at a distance and co-create products together. But what does this really mean, and what does it really look like? Collaboration is when two or more learners come together to contribute ideas and resources to complete a task, achieve shared goals, and create something together. You know, it's often confused with cooperation, where the same goal is in sight, but building something together is not required. Collaboration is just as possible virtually as it is face-to-face. Some examples of collaboration include teachers sharing ideas, building a resource kit, students sharing collaborative project ideas, or in the screenshot below of the wiki edit from a high school global project where collaboration is about being able to share research and edit each other's work while supported by others, for example, expert advisors who are also on the wiki. Co-creation is where collaboration, either virtually or face-to-face, leads to one or more products being built together. This team are co-creating a structure from straws with the goal of making it as high as possible. For learners across the world, what does this co-creation look like? The students above are in a social entrepreneurship workshop working as a team, cross-classroom team, to create a multimedia presentation on animal rights. Bottom left, we have a co-created voice thread with the topic of transport created by upper elementary students in classrooms across the world. We need to build cross-class teams and opportunities for virtual collaboration, as we do in Flat Connections global projects each semester. The big question: are teachers ready to connect their students, adopt collaborative and global pedagogy, and move towards co-creation? These educators just last week from New Zealand and China are deep in discussion about how this will happen. How will we connect? How will we embed collaborative expectations into the curriculum to foster co-creation. What will we co-create? Is your school ready for this? What are the enablers and barriers to global connections that lead to co-creation via collaboration? The first order barriers are usually access to technology tools, but once this is assured, the second order barrier is teacher attitudes and beliefs. So what are schools doing to support and engage in pedagogical approach we need to see in education? Are students ready? Students need the autonomy to make their own connections, build their own networks. They must understand how to collaborate in a virtual learning environment and how to co-create. This takes digital fluency, knowledge of how to learn with others at a distance, and commitment to engaged co-creation. So you must ask yourself, what are teachers and schools doing to prepare students for this? Just some resources there. You'll find all global collaborative projects at flatconnections.com. And just keep your eye out for a new learning collaborative starting in 2015. Watch this space, looking at student autonomy, student agency, and inquiry-based learning, of course. So thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you, Julie. I know that I've been learning heaps with the work that I've been doing with you and the Flat Connect team. Great to see some amazing stuff coming through from Australia, through you with the Flat Connect, and with John Biggs for solar taxonomy. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll jump in and say, Julie, it's great, and I think that I just looked at a talk by Will Richardson the other day, and I love that idea that he's supported about having access isn't enough. Like we keep talking about connecting kids and connecting teachers, and I mean even Connected Educator Month, but we all know that just being connected isn't enough. It's actually about what you do from it, and that's where clearly the passion from you guys and the things we learn and that little boost we give to each other and all the sorts of connections and possibilities that come out of that are really the most important part, not just connecting. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it's really about the curriculum integration and embedding collaboration into the curriculum. So that's there's next steps that we need to talk about.
Yeah, I liked what you said too about what are we doing as teachers to enable the students to collaborate and connect and create and co-create. And so yeah, that leaves us with lots to think about too. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Leanne, you're up next.
Oh, good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. Hi, everyone. My name is Leanne Cameron, and I'm an education lecturer with a specialty in integration of technology and education at the Australian Catholic University in Australia. So I work with people learning to be teachers, and today I'm going to present on how to encourage your students to think about coding. So I'm just going to share the screen now. So let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, it's starting to come through, Leanne.
Excellent.
It's through now. Okay, off you go.
Thank you. Okay, so I just wanted to share with you the new Australian Technologies Curriculum Rationale because I'm so excited about it. I love it to death. But have a look at the underlying words. It's so cool. Impact of technology. We need enterprising individuals who can make discerning decisions. And we need people that can independently and collaboratively develop innovative solutions to complex problems. I mean, how cool is that for a fantastic curriculum? And one of the ways you can do that is by teaching your students to code. So when we look at coding, there's some really basic ways of doing it. And one of the things that I like as a means of delivering that is Beavis Australia. It's open to anyone, so there's the link there, so you might like to have an explore on that site. And this is just a quick example of the sorts of things they have. It's all across all levels of schooling, but you can see there's a pirate wave, and so it's in code. So the students have to work out using the key at the top of what that means. And there's lots and lots of examples there all the time. It's just fabulous. Also, part of coding is getting students to understand computational thinking. So there's a couple of really fantastic sites for schools to do that. And this is the Google site, and I've also put a link there to ISTE. But my very, very favourite site at the moment is the Computer Science Unplugged, and that's New Zealand's own site from Christchurch, Timbel. And it's just wonderful. It looks in really concrete terms, and it's called Unplugged because you don't even use computers to do most of the stuff. So if you want your students to understand the big picture ideas of computing, that is the perfect site. And again, it goes right down to junior levels. But today I really want to talk about the hour of code. So the hour of code can be anywhere between December the 8th and 14th. So log on to this website here and have a go. The beauty of it is that Australia and New Zealand both have their own websites now. So you can go in, but it's open to anyone internationally. If you haven't ever coded with your class, or you haven't ever coded yourself, it doesn't matter, because they have a whole lot of tutorials. And here's an example of one of them. For all levels, you can play with Lightbox. You can create a holiday card. You can use and learn to manipulate an app inventor, or you can build your own game. That's only 4 of the examples that are on that website. And again, it's all tailored so that you can just play with your class regardless of your subject area, and with them, learn to code. So my message to you today is have a go. Have an introduction to an hour of code. There's the Australian side, the New Zealand side, and then most importantly, share it. There's a picture there of one of our teach meets. Isn't that a fabulous location? So share your experiences with your colleagues, and then most importantly, go and explore the sites that I've listed there so that you can really explore the exciting world of coding. So thank you.
Thanks, Leanne. I loved hearing you talk about coding and hearing what you've been doing with it. And I need to go back and have a look at the Christchurch site. I think that would be something
it's
to really...
It's truly fabulous, particularly geared at students' understanding of the big concepts. You won't believe how simple they are when Tim Bell starts explaining.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Great, Leanne. I really enjoyed hearing that your talk, and I'm looking forward to exploring the resources. I'm just wondering, how does coding then lead to collaboration in your view? How would you describe that pathway then, where students do it? You think about individual projects, and then go ahead.
Because I never get the students in class to code alone, so they work in groups. And it's just fantastic the way they help each other, work with each other, and it shows each other's strengths really carefully. Those kids that don't do so well on the standardized testing and the multiple choice because they think differently to other kids, they come into their own when they have to code. It's fabulous.
So this can also be taken into a global context as well, coding across classrooms, across countries.
Absolutely, and I think with the hour of code, that's one of the things that you can do. You can explore with other classes, and there's this huge map on the web page showing all the different places that you can explore coding.
Right.
I'd just like to say that it's quite important that students would actually learn to code, or in fact everyone to learn coding these days. It's computational thinking really, and its basic level, and it is in a way problem solving as well. So it's great that you've shared some great sites, and we could actually involve everyone to start coding and learn how to do it, how to think. So thank you.
I think the one thing that I like most about it is it demystifies the whole system. And for kids who are terrified of what goes on behind the screens, and particularly their parents, who computing is just this mystical thing that happens somehow, it just shows everybody how really it all boils down to just on and off.
Yeah.
I typed that on the chat side, Leanne. I don't know if you can see it, but I said, I love how this has been demystified by you. So not just demystified for the kids, but demystified for us as well. Thanks.
I actually haven't turned the chat on, only because when I did it, I crashed the whole system earlier, so I was off for a little while. So I haven't been game to put it back on.
Oh, you're missing all your warm fuzzies.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to crash it.
I love how so inclusive of those kids who don't particularly shine in other areas in our classrooms, but it just gives them that opportunity to show their capability and abilities and talents. I just think it's, all our kids need that opportunity to shine.
They do indeed, Barb. Yeah.
And don't forget the Bieber site too. Even if you start playing with that, that's fabulous too. It just gets them into really interesting problems.
Thank you, Leanne. Okay, Emma, you're up next.
Hi, my name's Emma Watts, and I'm a teacher at Remarkables Primary School in Queenstown in New Zealand, and I'm just going to share my screen now. And hopefully that should be sharing now, and I'm going to press present. So hopefully everyone can see that okay?
No, not yet, Emma. You need to drop the chat now. You need to drop the Hangout.
Okay.
Just not close it, just drop it. Minimize it. That's it. Now we can start to see something happen with your screen, so keep going.
Awesome. Okay, so shall I start? Can you see the presentation?
Not yet, we're just seeing a black screen at the moment, so can you just make it, just press the first screen or present mode? Is it happening?
It's happening for me, but I don't know if it's happening for you guys.
Can somebody else give feedback, because I know I had a little bit of trouble before. Can anyone else see Emma's screen?
No, I can't see it. Sorry, it's black.
Okay, I'll try again. I'll come back into Hangouts.
Yeah.
I'll stop it and start again.
Yep, I can see it. Hold on. No, sorry, I can see your screen. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can see my screen?
No, your face. Sorry.
Yeah, your face, Emma. Okay, share your screen again, Emma.
Okay, so when I share my screen, I've got entire screen, Google Hangouts, or flick it on TeachMeet, which is my
It doesn't really. Yeah, maybe to your entire screen probably is the easiest. Try that one. What did you do before? That's it. Okay, now into present mode.
Cool.
And you might need to auto cue it if you've already got. Yep. Yeah. Now it's on. Now it's on.
Okay. So is that okay to start?
Yes, please. And Emma, I'll let you know if it's not moving on.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about the Flickathon collaborative movie making project for students aged 5 to 13. One of the major aims of the project is to connect educators and students through the medium of film. Flickathon started with a small group of Nelson schools, and then by 2013, students from across New Zealand, Australia, and America were beginning to take part. 3 classes from 3 different schools are grouped together. The project involves 3 rotations. By the end of the project, each class will have collaborated on 3 movies. The first step is each school makes a silent movie. Then they flick it on to one of the schools in their group. When each school receives the silent movie, the students watch it to analyse and interpret the plot. Next, they create a script and add a voiceover and sound effects to the silent movie. Once completed, it is then flicked on to the next school. In the final rotation, each class will receive a silent movie that now has voiceover and sound effects. Students watch, analyse and interpret the movie and add a musical score to create mood and emotion. Once completed, it is then flicked back to the school who made the original silent movie. Creating collaborative movies provides student agency. It gives them the power to act and to become informed and empowered learners. It also enables students to become fluent in digital literacies and multimedia. So why have student agency? In a digital world, we need to be the prosumers, that is, the consumers who can analytically interpret and evaluate information and be the producers that create the information. Flick It On enables students to become the prosumers by providing opportunities to analytically interpret and evaluate digital texts or movies, make informed decisions about a producer's purpose, and to use these skills to create their own content. The project enables growth in students' literacy across the curriculum by developing their listening, reading and viewing skills to make the meaning and their speaking, writing and presenting skills to create the meaning. Flickathon creates real-life opportunities for digital citizenship. For example, how can we respect ourselves and others when making movies? How does copyright affect the choices we make? And how do I use Creative Commons licenses? The neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux states that in order to create a memory, an individual needs to have an emotional involvement to the learning, which causes a chemical reaction in the brain. Over the past 3 years, Flickathon projects have motivated and engaged all the students in the classes I have taught, including students who are reluctant writers. Well, that's Flickathon in a nutshell. Thank you very much for listening. 2014 has seen the project take a bit of a break, but you can check out our previous projects at our old wiki page. And the next project is planned for February to March of 2015.
Sorry to put the pressure on at the end there, Emma. Well done.
That's okay. I'd almost finished.
Great to see Emma, and I was talking and my microphone was muted. So thank you for coming through. I know you had a bit of challenge joining us, but you did it, and thank you for coming and sharing your project, which I know is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
It just I just never thought that would, never thought about it before, but that sounds really cool. Like, just, do one part of the movie and then flick it on, they actually put it on, for others to voice over based on what they see. And that's just a very creative way of teaching kids. I don't know, I'm just so inspired, actually. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really lucky to work with a group of really passionate and inspired teachers in Nelson, and they were able to, we kind of like created the project together, so it wasn't just me, the big group of us who did it. So yeah, it was really, really an amazing project to do, and to be connected with other collaborators, not just in New Zealand, but expanding it to kind of like further afield.
So Emma, can I ask a question? The students, the schools that are involved, do the students actually get to talk to each other across classroom to classroom?
It depends on the individual group. Sometimes students are talking to each other. We haven't really pushed that, but that's definitely another way we could go with the project as well to make it even more collaborative. Some groups have, and they've connected via with their teachers via Skype or via Hangouts. But yeah, that's something we'd like to push more in developing the project.
Thanks. That's great.
Okay, I'm taking over the screen again just for a couple of minutes, but before I do, thank you everyone for joining us today. So I'm just going to share my screen, and I now know what the problem was before. I shut Google down. So, can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you to these amazing educators who joined us today. Special thanks to our Australian cousins who have hung out with us. And Matt, thank you so much for pulling the team together from your end. It has just been amazing. And I really appreciate it. And I'm just blown away by what's going on in our classrooms. Just fabulous.
And thank you, Sonia. I mean, it's it's one thing to pull a few people together who are super passionate and don't really need much of a nudge anyway. But this has been an amazing event, and just the sharing's fantastic. That Flickathon idea just blew me away right at the end there. And yeah, thank you very, very much, Sonia. It's really, I know that it takes a lot of your time and a lot of your effort, and we're all very much appreciative of it.
Okay, thank you, Matt. I'll come back to the main hangout shortly, and we'll just finish off. But before we do, just a reminder that those of you who are watching it on the outside, there is a question and answer feature on the Google Hangout. And in addition, those of you who are presenting or watching, there's an evaluation form that I'd like you to fill out, please, because I know that to give feedback, as this is an important part for quality improvement, and it's greatly appreciated. I'm learning that from Julie. And we've got just a couple of links there from both Matt and myself. And at the top there, I've got the YouTube channel that I run the Teach Meets through. It's my online name, Uli Masal. And if you click on that link, that'll take you to over 60 presentations of educators sharing TeachMeetNZ. just an amazing resource that is being built. So, back to you all. Anyone else before we finish up? Got 2 minutes.
And thanks, Sonia, for all the rehearsal time that you put in, because it really did make a difference.
My pleasure, Leanne.
Yeah, likewise, thanks. It's been superb. Good learning experience on many fronts, but especially thanks heaps for the time you've put into it. It's unreal.
My pleasure.
Yeah, well done, Sonia. That was just awesome. Thanks so much. Fantastic.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
That was awesome, and to everybody
Now,
sharing all your ideas.
And before you hang up, I just want to take one photo for me, please. All right, one for me. And thanks to our virtual audience who joined us. It's been great having you with us. And if you missed the live session, you can come on back and watch the rewinded one. And I know that my colleagues here will be tweeting out about what they've been doing. And do come and watch. It has been an amazing afternoon. Thank you, everyone. When you're ready, you can hang up.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thanks, Sonia.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you later. Don't forget the evaluation form. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, everyone.